Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So today we're going to present our discussion about toxic people. The materials that we are going to present, the first one is definition, the second one is characteristic of toxic people, the third is the types of toxic people and how to deal with them, and the last one is how to avoid toxic people. Before we are going too far, is there anyone knows what is toxic people are? Okay, so the definition will be present by Ulia Kurnia.
What is toxic people? Toxic people is person who has the nature of troublesome and detrimental to others, both physically and emotionally. Anyone can be a toxic person. Friends, siblings, family, girlfriend, parents.
Okay, the next material is about characteristic of toxic people will be presented by Dionisius Angga.
Okay, then I will explain the characteristic of toxic people. The first one is it's hard to admit mistake. Not admitting mistake and pretending that he doesn't feel like he is made a mistake are the characteristic of a toxic people. This is because the personality of the individual always feels he is right and sometimes even delegates the blame to others. The second one is likes to dominate and manipulate others. Toxic people usually always make other people do and comply with requests, and if what is desired is not appropriate, he can become angry, irritated, even angry with the people around him. Next, the third one is likes to judge and belittle others. Toxic people who lacks empathy and sympathy for others can be said to be toxic. This is because they always view other people as weak. He always judges other people as incompetent like himself. So this kind of personality makes him want to be seen as superior. Next, fourth one is selfish. Toxic people, they will always prioritize their own interests and they always show an attitude of indifference to others. So sometimes he also never consider what other people say. And next, the fifth one is dramatic. The life of a toxic person always create drama, which for him is something that can attract the attention of others. And in the drama he creates, there are usually risks and conflict that can trigger him to look good and right. And last is always want to be noticed. And for toxic people, getting other people attention is an energy that can lift their spirits. But the attention they want to get is too much so that people don't have a chance to get attention. That's all for me. Let's continue the next material.
Okay, so the next material is about the types of toxic people and how to deal with them. Next, the first one, the type of toxic people is the narcissist. The narcissist is the most toxic of all toxic people. They are selfish and self-centered and always looking to be the center of attention, even if it means making other people feel bad about themselves. They will do whatever it takes to get what they want, even if it means hurting others. Next, and then the next is the energy vampire. They drain your energy, taking power away from you and making you want to give up on something important to you. If you're not careful, the energy vampire can drain your energy and even make you want to give up on something important to you. You will know them when they complain a lot and expect you to fix their problem. Next, okay, next is the controller. They try to control others but don't know how to control themselves. Controllers are hard to spot because they often appear as the most caring people you know. They will go out of their way to make sure that you have everything you need, but it's all because they want control over your life. Controllers can be parents, bosses, and even friends who try to control others but don't realize they're actually lacking self-control and thus have no right to tell others what to do. Next, next is the compulsive liar. They will lie about everything all the time, tells white lies constantly, manipulates and gaslight you, and master of good tricks. The compulsive liar is the closest thing to a sociopath that you will find in your daily life. They lie about everything all the time, even when they know you know they're lying. They will lie about small things like weather and big things like their work, the relationship, and finance. Next, next is the drama magnet. They always find a way to make their life seem more dramatic than they actually are. The drama magnet is someone who always seems to find a way to make their lives seem more dramatic than they actually are. They can be found in any social setting, but they're most likely to appear at work, school, and other places where you might have a lot of younger people around. Okay, the next material will be presented by Ulia Sari.
Yeah, GM are the Dream 8 monster. They are envious of what you have in your life, even if that thing is something you have worked incredibly hard for. The GEM is the types of person who will steal your success, but complain about your failures. They are envious of what you have in your life, even if that thing is something you have worked incredibly hard for. They may even go so far as to pretend that they know how difficult it was for you to get there. How to deal with toxic people? In the first, consider seeking out other positive people for support, and then avoid toxic people and only engage with them when absolutely necessary. And then, if possible, remove yourself from the situation of changing location or leaving early.
Okay, thank you, Ulia. The next material is about how to avoid toxic people by present by Ulia by Maria Leny Sekarsari.
Okay, next is how to avoid toxic people. The first is limiting time and communication with them. If you are afraid to meet someone and feel stressed about dealing with them, you may be dealing with a toxic person. Consider reducing the amount of time you spend with them. The second one is say to no. Dare to say no. Many people find it very difficult to refuse other people's invitations. Don't let yourself be unable to say no, especially if someone is trying to make you feel guilty, even though you weren't the one doing it. The more often you refuse or say no to things that make your uncomfortable, the easier your life will be. The third is put yourself first. If you are in a relationship with someone who is toxic and you are helping them, don't forget to put yourself first. Healthy relationship involve giving and refusing. If you just keep giving, you will get tired yourself. The fourth is don't really care about that person. Toxic people will attract the attention of others in various ways. Can be seen by cutting other people's conversations, speaking rudely, and so on. So just ignore them so we don't get into their game. And the last is never be curious about their problems. Toxic people often talk about their problems and try to drag us into the problems. In fact, we have nothing to do with the problems they are facing. The way to get away from these people is not to ask or find out what problems they are having.
Okay, thank you, Maria Leny. And next, the last but not least is conclusion will be presented by Innayah.
So the summarize of our presentation about the toxic person. A toxic person is someone who has negative behavior both physically and mentally, and usually these behavior are difficult for others. Toxic people will show themselves to be selfish, manipulative, and belittle others. How to deal with toxic people? If you can think you have a problem with the toxic people, you can ask someone to help you. Don't get too close and avoid situation that make you uncomfortable and then you're with them. You can avoid by saying no and limiting communication. This point are very important when you are in environment with toxic people. That's all from me.
Okay, so is there any question about our materials about toxic people? Okay, so at the end of our presentation, we can say that we have to avoid with toxic people and make a distance from them as much as possible if we don't want to get hurt. Okay, I think that's enough from us. Thank you for your attention and have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.